Well, I'm sorry. I guess I'm probably actually the most powerful then.
You might be.
It would be great at hitting things.
Okay, we are live. All right,
Oh, yeah.
this is session number 63. And though we are starting on session 63, we are actually pretty much in a different campaign, in a different setting. Same world, different setting. As you know, last where we left off, you were in your original player body that has now been, well, I guess the consciousness have been transferred to a new body. As players, you guys know that you are dwarves. As player characters, you're dwarves.
Yeah.
And as your player's consciousness, you will slowly understand that you're dwarves. Anyways, that said, I guess I need to preface this. From this mini campaign, I guess, narrative standpoint, you are witnessing events through the eyes of someone else, okay? So your previous characters do not actually control the dwarves that you're playing, but you do control it as a player. I don't know if you can wrap your mind around that. It's a multi-layer thing.
I see.
So basically what you do as Noah, or as John, or as Kevin, or as Phil, it's going to be canon in the story. Now your characters from your previous life or whatever, they're just going to be witnessing the story that you're going to be telling now, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
Okay, great. I don't want you guys to fall in love with the character that you're playing. It'll be a heartbreak.
We're dead.
All right. This is good.
That said, if you don't fall in love with your character, you're more likely to roleplay your character better. Okay. So, all that to say, you and, well, the four horsemen, plus Dooth, plus Remire's Dooth. I'm not sure where he actually falls on the spectrum. You guys are no dwarves, and you have been transported into the minds of dwarves. Dwarves specifically from the country of Uxbrida. As you wake up, as your consciousness wake up, the body that you have infiltrated has not. But as your consciousness wakes up, and as you peer through the eyes of the character of the dwarf that you're looking through, the misty air chills you as it blows through the moving cabin. Suspended some hundreds or thousands of feet in the air, with all but a few chains and rope. Near the front of this gondola, you see a middle-aged dwarf standing upright, facing the direction of the unknown that you are moving towards. He stands proud, and you can feel it despite his back being to you. This is dwarf you follow. This is Barrett Stoneheart, the Ripper of the Stone Golem, Albasiar. Just so you guys know, you may want to take notes because it will be useful for your main body when you go back.
All right. Do you real quick? I'm
Yes.
sorry. Did you show those pictures or?
Oh,
already.
sorry, I didn't show the picture of Barrett as I'm talking about him.
What session is this?
63.
I didn't know if you showed it on a different screen or.
Hold on, upload a file. The music is really good, by the way.
I put headphones in. Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay,
Sorry.
here's the first guy.
Are you? Oh, okay. Gotcha.
This is Barrett, okay? Next to him is a much older dwarf, hunched, bald, with a great white beard. This less imposing figure is named Cal, an advisor to Barrett. Okay, and I will upload his picture.
Cal
Alright, this
or
picture
Hal?
is like somewhat bald.
Cal or Hal?
Cal, K-A-L. Sorry, but you guys know him as Whitebeard.
Whitebeard.
Mm-hmm.
Whitebeard.
It looks like he has a magical torch. Don't believe it.
He doesn't have a magical torch and he's not bald, you said? Or he is bald?
He is bald.
He's bald, yeah.
Okay. Moving on. Cal says, "It's not every day that we get to ride on our... the term escapes me. It's a... Gonda or something or another." And he kind of peers over the side and goes, "Though I'm not sure why. I believe the gnomes made this apparatus. Think of such devices that are so very far from the ground. But I'll admit our trip is nearly cut in half because of it." And then he timidly looks around the sky, kind of peering around slowly and very meticulously. And also frighteningly, he says, Let's hope no wyverns make its way out this far outside the girdle."
You know, I heard it was the flying pigs you really have to worry about.
A little fourth wall there, nice. Well, true enough. Aside from that, you'll have to forgive me for forgetting your names. Much time has passed since I last met all of you, and since I ventured out in my younger days. Please introduce yourselves. He kind of goes in the circle, and he kind of aims. He kind of gestures towards, let's say, John.
Oh, yep. You know, I haven't worked up a voice for him yet, but it's just saying that in character. No, but no, I'm Gadrin, Ironblood, the finest quality musicians. You might as well, you know, my marketing schemes have greatly influenced, you know, our leader and his exploits.
True enough, and we do appreciate all the work and all the influence you've made in our humble little kingdom. Like, meanwhile, this whole time, Barrett hasn't been speaking. He's actually not even looking towards you guys. though he seems attentive. And to some degree, I don't know if you guys read each other's background. You guys have a very general knowledge of like everybody's like what they've done, and you kind of know each other. You've been on different missions per se, but for the most part, you do know each other. This is more for Whitebeard's knowledge, lack of knowledge, I guess. Okay. Well, let's go to you there with the cleanly shaved head. And he kind of points to you, Phil.
Yes, you remember me. I'm Flint Widespread. And we've been through many battles together. I'm always the muscle.
Sure have.
Just because I get tired easy. It's not a problem. Now I don't shave this head. This is a result of my father's necromancy and other unsavory things he was into. I was born with this misshapen head, and my lack of hair saved this goatee.
Well, always glad to have you with us. Thank you. Appreciate it. And you, sir, and he goes, it's like, I don't, is this shave November or no shave November?
Yeah. So, you guys see what appears to be like a dwarf with.
Wait, I don't want to burst. I don't want to pause. Hold on, give just 1 second. This is Flint's character.
Oh,
Let's see.
This is who?
The next.
That's how you do good.
Pretty good.
nice.
All right.
I like it.
All right. So go ahead, Noah.
Yeah, so you see, Lysander is his name. He has like no beard, which makes him stick out from everybody else. But yeah, he has like awesome hair because his magic item is a comb, and you guys kind of probably seen him like comb his hair, and it just like is perfect, whatever style he wants. And you guys are jealous because you could do some awesome beard stuff with it, but he doesn't let you because it's his hair comb, you know.
Yeah.
It's different hairstyles all the time, golden hair, but no beard, and kind of odd. Anyways, he's very cocky and proper, so he'd say like, yes, my good man, my name is Lysander. All I am is just a sword. That's about it. In your dealings with Lysander, you know he's not very wise or charismatic. But he does seem to be pretty good at fighting.
Yeah.
I hope.
Up until now, at least.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't be part of this group if you weren't worth something to Barrett, so glad to have you aboard as well. And the shady figure in the back, please introduce yourself.
So while you said that, everybody just sees me start chugging away this stein, just drinking, gulping it. And I was like, burp, wipe my beard, and he always, what he looks like, he has a kind of a black vest, the hood on, and then he has these little, I guess where you could put like pins, but instead of pins, it would be like cigars. So he's got like 3 right here. He's got like a big crossbow in the back, and he said, "My name is Baldar Silverhorn. We are known to have the famous ale of all the land." And basically, I'm a heavy drinker. Like I just drink constantly. Every time, every second you see me, I'm just chugging the stein.
And you guys, and you guys know this, like he's always like going at it whenever he can.
Drinking.
Either drinking or smoking.
Yeah, and I guess the group would know that our family would host a alcoholic festival every year to determine which dwarf is like the best of the best.
Very prestigious, SF might add.
Yeah.
Stein like so self-refilling? Like, or did you just like keep travel shots with you?
Travel shots, and I refill frequently. Every tavern I come across, I would kind of refill it up.
Well, good enough. Just you're still young. I don't want you to die an early death. So stay off the ale, okay? As like the whole gondola is kind of shaking back and forth and wobbling. He looks over, and you guys all look over as well. You see another bald gentleman. Whitebeard goes, well, you seem a little quiet today. We'll come back to you later. And if you guys look over,
He's sleeping.
Or seasick
You see this guy.
from the swing. Motion sickness.
He looks like he almost has a cap on, but it's actually a runic tattoo across his.
Is that Aang from the Avatar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a discount Aang. It's he can't fly. No, I'm joking.
Why?
He probably can actually. Who knows?
So after that, he goes, well, young lads, have you ever been this close to the jewel?
No.
And he,
Have we been this close to the jail?
I don't know.
so you guys actually have not been this close. This is like, so
Okay.
as dwarves, part of this community, as part of this country, you know that there are 4 countries that surround a giant mountain. And if you remember,
Isn't this my book has
yes, the book that you stole once before had mentioned this
that? King
place,
of the Hill.
King of the Hill, and that these 4 countries are always trying to establish their dominance on this lone mountain. This lone mountain is also known as the Jewel. So all of you know about it. Well, you also know that the Jewel is not easily conquered because it is surrounded by a circular mountain range called the Girdle. So,
Makes sense.
well, it's like, I think, I had to look this up, but you know the thing that holds the diamond in place on a ring?
Yeah.
That's called a girdle.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're sitting, but we'll go with Gert.
What kind of jewels are we talking about here?
I think he's talking about the world crystal, maybe. I don't know.
So,
That's right.
so he goes, by the looks on your faces, doesn't look like you've been this close. And he goes, the jewel is very sought after, and it's been around longer than any of us, but no one dwarven community has even stepped foot on the Lone Mountain. Not Tura, not Marin, not Kelgania, or us Uxbridias. Let's see. And he goes, where we're going, it's just a portion of the girdle. But It's a vicious mountain range that is extremely difficult to navigate due to its topographic irregularity.
Mm.
And because of the wyverns that nest in it. But we do have, at least in our own country, where we're going is to the town called Fyford. It's a little mining village that's meant to dig up precious metals inside the girdle. Let's see.
Pfeiffer, you said?
Yeah, Fyford. Fyford.
Okay, Pfeiffer. Okay.
And like old men, they like to just talk a lot and give random information about things
Yeah.
that they assume young people want to know. He says, I think the last time someone tried their hand at the jewel was Kilgania. They made an attempt with about 5,000 dwarves, I believe. He's trying to remember the exact number. But it led to their downfall. Since then, nobody has really attempted it. And what you guys... He goes, despite all the riches that the girdle holds, the jewel itself is calculated to be beyond measure. He talks about how on certain nights you can... Sorry, you're echoing my voice, John.
Oops.
You're good. He talks about on certain nights, people claim they can see a brilliant glimmer of the most vibrant red that can be seen afar when you're staring at the mountain. That said, Barrett finally turns around, says, "Sorry to cut your history lesson short, Uncle, but we are close. So let me brief them." And he turned towards you guys. "There have been some reports coming out of Fyford, a small town located near the edge of our realm, deep within the girdle of the jewel. Apparently, there are reports of goblins and their atrocious kin taking up residence nearby, causing unrest among the township. Hence, they asked for assistance from the Crystalline Assembly, to which I have volunteered our services." And he looks around and he smiles. "And from the looks of it, some of you have been a little too idle and living well-rounded lives. So, our job is simple. We seek and we destroy. But do not be foolish. Even a dwarf knows the folly of one who cannot count. They can be horrifying in numbers. But then, we do not fear, especially against such creatures. For who are we?" And he kind of looks at all of you. And at this point, you guys know to chant the group's name.
We're the Sons of Iron.
There you go.
Yes, Sons of Iron. Yes.
Huzzah!
I was going for more of a grunt, like a deep.
And I take another shot.
The only one that's still
Just
drinking.
chugging.
So then the camera of this shot pulls out from the gondola into the vast open space. I'm just kidding.
Skyrim now?
So eventually, the ropes that seem to extend forever into the mist beyond appears to lead the gondola straight into the face of a mountain. You are closer. As you get closer, you see that the ropes disappeared into a crafted cave in which the gondola fits perfectly through. After some distance, you see the other side of the so you're going through, and it's basically just all the cut surfaces fit the gondola perfectly, and you can reach out and feel where the windows of the gondola are, just the wall moving. After some distances, while being in this dark tunnel, you can see the other side with the light kind of blaring through the entrance there. And when you reach the end, the gondola stops. On this side of the mountain, you see the large contraption that moves the gondola. Beside it, a male dwarf is waiting for you. So you can see this kind of a middle-aged dwarf that's standing there. He's got just a regular tunic on, brown boots. It's green. Sorry, the tunic is green. The boots are green. And a few little dwarflings are next to him by his hip. And he's waving at you guys from a distance, and still while moving towards you guys, and you guys are like kind of gathering your gear to exit the gondola. He goes, Master Barrett, welcome. Thank you for coming all this way to our humble little village. My name is Samuel. And Master Barrett does a little bow, and as he's grabbing his stuff, and I'm assuming you guys all do the same.
Yeah.
He ushers the little dwarflings over. He goes, all right, hurry, little young ones. Grab the master's belongings. We must get going. So you see little dwarf children coming up, offering to take some of your bags.
Yeah, I mean, I just hand him a bag. It's like, tired. Thank you, young ones.
I think Gadget just hands him like the backpack, but he has he's carrying this really special loot, and he doesn't let anyone touch it. And then he's carrying other instruments, and he's very particular about it. He's like, nah. He takes one look at these little scoundrels. It's like, nah.
Now, as you stare into the faces of these little dwarflings, you see that they're pretty, in a sense, mesmerized by the Sons of Iron. I mean, they hear stories about you guys. They look.
Do we
up
have
to you guys.
a epic slow walk? You know what I mean?
And one of us trips.
Yeah.
The drunk one.
No. I'm never drunk. Never drunk. I could hold my alcohol.
Can I try to make them think I'm better than I am? You know what I mean?
In what way?
Begin the legend. I don't know. That's a problem.
Twirl your sword or something.
Yeah.
You pull off this sword to have them hold it.
Yeah, I'll show them my little. So, Lysander has kind of a curved sword, almost. So it's a little different than just a straight sword. So he'll pull it off, and I'll show it to the kid who's carrying his backpack and say, "Here, young one, do you want to look at my sword? We recently slew a few monsters with it, just the other week. There's still blood if you look closely."
Yeah.
Well,
You're just trying
One
to
of them was his
get him
mother.
more,
Yeah,
more
like
amazed by your.
yeah, like
I mean, sure.
like we're
make
heroes.
a. You know, he already thinks you're hot stuff. So make a persuasion check with advantage.
11.
no.
What is it? He's like, sir, I don't know if you know this, but your sword looks like it's bent. Did it bend on the travel here?
Well, oh, child, this is how it's designed. See, the front half is good for slashing, and the back half is good for
And then,
for nothing.
and then Whitebeard interjects. Goes, it's the way the sword's made, young one.
Oh my word.
It's good sword.
Yeah, it's a good sword. Now let's move along.
Flint's like rolling his eyes the whole time, and he pulls a pepper out of his goatee. He has a bunch of them. And he pulls one out, and it like sparkles a little bit, like it's like an enchanted pepper because that's the only way he can get it hot enough. And then he just lights the whole thing, and then throws the stem behind him.
Nice.
So I approach the little kids. I just pat their head. Look, just laugh and smile with these guys. They love all the glory. They love all the attention. Just that's all you need to do. And I put like a cigar in my mouth and light it.
They're like,
Sorry.
So as you gather your stuff and you head, you follow the Samuel down the path that he leads. Let's see. Oh, sorry. I was trying to figure out what my notes. Why do I have this section of? Yeah, I understand now. I put a background story in the thing about the town. But anyways. So he leads you down a long series of switchbacks, down a steep decline on the side of the mountain that you are on, or this side of the mountain that you're on. Across the way, you see another face of another mountain that is flatter and slopes down and away from you, kind of following the steepness of your switchback mountain. Let's see, and you see, even from the distance of how high you are, you see down at the bottom of that wall, a mountain in front of you, nestled into the crevice is a small village. This is the village of Pfeiffer. The village itself is very humble, from what you can tell as you get closer to it, with most of the buildings being used as homes. At the center of this town is a large well. But interesting enough, the water doesn't come from the ground. Instead, it is, and you can tell this, and as Samuel kind of describes, gives you the tour guide kind of talk. He tells you that a large face of the mountain above opens, basically, that opens up the air, acts as a natural dew collector, and thus providing a small steady stream of water that drips into this pool of water. Samuel brings you guys to the center of the village now, and you guys can see it by through and through. It is a mining village. Things are a little grimier, a little dustier, more kind of like wiped, if you will, like just dirt and what is it called, soot, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of the general feel you have for it. Samuel talks to Barrett and Whitebeard, and Barrett turns towards you guys, says, all right, boys, Whitebeard and I will go to the village chief's home. Why don't you guys stop by the tavern? Secure some rooms while gathering information.
Tavern.
All right.
Huh?
So Barrett, Whitebeard, and Samuel starts heading towards one of the larger buildings in the village, while you guys head towards the tavern. As you get up to the front, you can see the face. There's a sign that says "Bejeweled."
That's...
Okay. It's a small tavern, but it's got double flapping doors. So it's kind of nice.
Ooh, it's a saloon doors.
Wow. It also creaks, and every time it like hits one of the door, the other one. It's not like a perfect.
Oh.
So it's like overlapping a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. Do you guys head in?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going in there.
All right. So you head in. Very homey. Everybody that's anybody is in this tavern. It's packed. Like
What time is it right now?
so
Is it-
it's
sorry.
about midday.
Okay. Sorry. So it's packed. Is that?
It's midday. It's packed. It seems like they should have some other things to do, like mining, but they're all here.
That's funny.
But it's rough and rowdy, and things are going on. Let's see. I got a song for this place, but I can't find it.
Might try and find some headphones.
I love taverns.
Okay. Yeah, you guys come in. Everybody. Oh, I guess I'll wait for John.
I can hear you.
Oh,
I can
okay.
hear you just fine. You can.
Okay. So you guys come in, and as you one by one kind of funnel through these flapping doors, everybody kind of turns towards you guys. Immediately, they know who you guys are. You guys, everybody knows about the Sons of Iron and their jadedness, if you will.
Jade.
I just I cross my arms and I say, "Is anybody looking for a fight?"
Wait.
Oh my word.
Oh, you said they know about. Wait.
They know
you
who
said
we are.
They know
the
who we
Sons
are.
of Iron and how each one carries the unique what is it? Item, the nephrite jade.
Rings, Jades. So after Noah's
pretty-
character,
Just so you guys know, it's
Yeah.
pretty prominent in the sense that in a world of dwarves, like having something that's not, a metal and that's green, it really stands
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
yeah, makes sense. Well, so as Noah's character, all the people look at him as he says, "Is anyone looking for a fight?" I just gotta Gadget just puts his arm in front of him and kind of pushes behind him, and then he says, "Or a song," and he pulls out.
You see a bunch of people, like they're like kind of staring at you for a second, trying to size you guys up. I want Noah to roll a intimidation check, and then I want you. I want.
Oh
Wait,
my.
what's your name again? I can't remember your name.
Gadrin.
Gadrin
Or-
to roll a
Yeah.
performance check.
Hey, John. I guess as soon as he pushes Noah's character and he pulls out the guitar, I go in front of him, pull out my sign. Perfect background song for our drinking competition. Who's up?
We're
All right, and
just,
Kevin, you can roll a persuasion check.
do I wait? You said I roll a performance.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually not. It's a 17.
All
It's
right.
a 17.
17 versus
I got
11.
13.
11, 13.
Oh man.
And then you see, you kind of there's like a pause in the hall, and as soon as you pull out the thing, and then this guy like pulls out his stein.
Oh, nice.
Everybody's kind of forgotten about the
The threat.
the threat of one. They're like, they start slamming their own drinks down on the table. It's like song.
It's, oh man, it's very much like Irish fisherman's like everyone knows the words. It's kind of like
Okay.
it's a little repetitive, but it's like a good beat and just yeah.
That's great.
Perfect.
Great for
And-
drinking.
And
Yeah.
are you leading the words or?
Oh, definitely.
And so the whole crowd like joins in. The young, the old, the older, they're all in it.
Yeah.
Some people, one of the since you hold so high on a performance, one of the barmaids comes with a tray of ale and like hands each of you one, and hands one to even you, Balder. I'm assuming everybody takes it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Flint takes out snaps off a little piece of one of the peppers in his beard and
Oh, my.
flicks it into Baldur's stein.
In
Do I see
the
this?
one that he just got, or the one that he
Yeah, yeah. In whatever he looks like he's about to take a drink out of. He just kind of like one of the people that's been smoking forever, and they're just gonna like flick the ash wherever they go.
Uh-huh.
But he just like kind of.
As he's drinking it, are you? I guess if you're taking a sip,
No, do I see him flick that into my drink?
well,
No.
depends. Well,
No, super stealthy.
okay, let's see. Roll a perception check, Kevin, and then roll a sleight of hand.
We got 11.
22.
So he takes from the ale that you have just gotten. You see, it makes a splash, right? It goes into the thing.
And it's,
Wait, so is the
it starts
is the
like
whole group-
foaming and like putting off steam.
Oh,
This was like about to touch your lips kind of thing, but you stopped it right as soon as you felt the splash of ale off your face.
is the whole group like the tavern's still like?
Oh yeah,
you know-
nobody's paying attention to you guys.
Yeah, I just quickly just toss the whole ale and pour another one to my side.
it melts a hole in the floor.
And I pour another one in my stein and start drinking it.
Oh, in the same stein?
He has his own special stein that's very.
Old special stein that I won from my alcoholic festival.
Yeah.
It's the most prized possession.
Okay, so everybody's having a good time. What are you guys wanting to do?
I want to start a drinking competition with the fellow dwarves, the other fellow dwarves, or whoever.
So you go. It's fine. You can find yourself at there's a table of 6 gentlemen that are sitting there, and they all have they're all kind of sipping away. You plop down.
Yep. I put down 5 gold.
And one of the gentlemen next to you goes, what are you here for?
I'm here to have a good time.
Hey, sounds like if you're throwing around money like that.
Let's go.
That
See who
night
can
gold
hold
is
their
really
own.
weighing it.
So how am I supposed to win that off you?
The last person who doesn't pass out from drinking. We drink as much as we can until the last one standing.
Ooh. And they kind of all look at each other like, I mean, we're having a good time, but it's just still midday.
Another one going down.
All right, roll a persuasion.
Persuasion. Oh no. That is a 10.
He goes, they kind of all look at each other. All right. And it's like, hey, call up Billy. They're like, yeah, let's get Billy over here. And they all kind of it goes down the line. And then all of a sudden you see like people parting. You're sitting down and there's people like standing up, so they're like above you. And you see like a group of people parting. And this guy like it finally parts to the very edge of the where you're sitting. And as a dwarf steps through, but he is actually half the size of all the other dwarves around them. So as you're looking up, you have to look down to actually see him.
He's a dwarf. He's a
yeah, he's a dwarf.
yeah.
You said Billy, right?
Uh-huh.
Billy the kid?
Billy's here. And he goes, he taps one of the dwarves off the like pushes him aside off the chair, and he hops on. He goes, I hear you want a drinking competition, right?
Yeah.
He goes, unfortunately, none of us can do 5 gold. This is just a mining village, dude.
Okay, fine. We'll just drink and win it for the glory.
I'll put down 5 gold for him and be like,
What?
I got you.
Just a bunch of like rich a-holes. Just goes.
But if you,
all right, and then
you
one of the other
win-
guys like yelling through the crowd, "Hey, get the barmaid! Bring the beer! Bring the beer!"
Is it like one of those barrels and we just keep filling it?
Yeah. Well, no, it's
Okay.
no. The barmaid comes over and like slams down 2 little mini kegs, like boom,
Mini
right on
kegs.
the table in front of you guys. He goes, all right. So this is the first one, and just go until we pass out, I guess.
We go till we pass out. I start pouring into my stein the whole thing and just start chugging it.
Wait a second. I think I know what is going on here.
Oh, one of the guys next to you is like, drink it like a man. He hits you in the back. It's like, take it from the keg.
I stand up. Hey, back off.
keg.
And I just keep drinking it over and over and over again.
From the keg or from your
From the stein.
So you're pouring from the keg onto the stein, so you drink it from the stein.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to roll a deception check.
Deception check.
Because people wouldn't suspect something fishy in the magical world.
16, baby.
16. All right, give me a second here.
Do we know like this is a trick or?
No, it's
Like,
my
with you,
prized
or-
possession from the festival.
Yeah, you
Okay.
guys. I don't think this is something that you guys would know.
Okay.
But you're welcome to roll a insight check.
I'm gonna roll an insight check. I will.
At least I'll know. Yeah.
It seems really suspicious to everybody around the table that he's pouring from a mini keg to his stein so that you can drink it like that.
I rolled a nat 20. I don't know. You can't see it.
I got an 8, so Flint and I are like, dude, this guy is amazing. Like,
It
yeah.
just drinks, man.
Well, this guy rolled a 15. He was like, something's up, but I don't know what it is. So whatever. So he starts drinking.
Billy, you just gotta keep going, Goodman.
He'll
Keep
go.
going.
He'll
Just keep
start
going.
rolling.
We just keep going.
Wait,
chugging away.
He saves the first one. The first one goes down easily. He finishes the keg while you're still trying to finish, because you obviously have to go keg into stein, drink.
Yeah,
keg
yeah,
into
yeah,
stein.
yeah,
So you're
yeah.
still going at it while he's waiting for you, and everybody's kind of like tapping along. Like he's got his like arm on the table and he's like tapping the wood, waiting for you to finish. So after a moment, you're done. It's like, all right, bring in the next one, and then they drop 2 more. I want
Doing
you.
it. I tell him.
I guess you don't have to roll.
I just tell him, bring the whole barrel here, and I'll just keep filling it up.
Are
Don't
you-
even bring these.
Hey,
Yeah, you're pushing
are you
your
paying
luck with
for
this suspiciousness. You sure you want to do
are
that?
are you paying for this? By the way, and also, beer takes up space in the gut. But
True. At some point, it's not Constitution check for drunkenness. It's
Yeah.
Constitution check for fullness.
Oh boy.
I just like to say, yeah.
All right, so
But,
I'm gonna roll here. I'll make it. I'll make it so that it's kind of realistic. He's gonna roll twice more to see if he ever gets stupid drunk during this time. He saves again. Last one. He seems a little woozy on the third
Okay.
one.
On the third one.
Billy,
Now
keep with it, Billy.
they just you're now you're still going at it. Now I want you to roll a Constitution check to see if how much liquid you can keep holding in your body while you're drinking this.
It's a straight Constitution, right?
Uh huh.
That's a 19 plus 3.
Okay. Billy is not even tall enough to drop his head onto the table. He hits the edge and then kind of falls off the chair.
oh no.
Well,
And it's like the guy next to goes, and we have a winner, and he like raises your arm.
so I grabbed the total 10 gold pieces, right?
Yeah.
And I
from-
throw it. Ale for everybody.
You just throw it in the air.
Who paid for this keg?
I put down 5 gold and
I'm
Okay.
assuming 10 gold.
who's your
maybe
character?
covers it.
I'm saying for
Lysander.
the keg. Like, who paid for it? Like, it's not just free beer.
It's a Daryl Barrel special.
Daryl
Barrel
Barrel.
we don't know who paid for it.
We'll say if you're just paying for everybody, we'll say the 10 gold covers around
Yeah.
No,
for everybody. All right?
Free ale for everybody.
Wait,
Or more
this-
ale for everybody.
Wait, 10 gold is a lot.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like 10 gold is like
10 days
$1,000.
worth. Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
one-
there's a thing.
one gold-
Something-
one gold
something
is a
says how
day's
much-
wages, so it's about $100.
So I'm assuming everybody's cheering for more ale.
I mean, people are just drinking, so it's just a good time right now.
Yeah. Great time. Lose
Uh,
5 gold.
can I ask some of them, like, hey, so what's the deal? Should you guys be mining?
So you're just like kind of talking to one of the guys in the crowd, or
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
off to the
yeah.
side
I don't
near the
know.
wall.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
there's
know.
some people that are not as like, hyped about, the whole thing. They're just hanging out on the side, not wanting to be alone, if you will, but not really wanting to be like all crazy. And you find one of those people. What you find, let's see, is a guy named Yurgrid. He goes, well, the mining operation has been shut down for a couple days now. Well, actually several weeks now, sorry. It's a little dangerous to be heading into the shafts, if you will. I'm assuming that's why you guys are here, to help deal with our goblin problems. Don't want to assume or anything.
Well, I mean, yes, in a way.
Okay.
I don't know how to be
When I
like.
got shut down, I thought it was just politics. Let's go Brandon and all that.
Oh man.
To be honest,
but,
I'm not sure what you said. Something about politics.
He said, "Let's go, Brandon."
Oh.
Good.
just telling some random person.
Goodness.
So, I have no voice, but yeah, I mean, like, definitely, maybe see if we can help you guys out. But is there like any information? I don't know. We don't really know what we're getting into. So, I mean, just normal goblins, not really a big deal. But yeah, like billions or like hundreds.
Of goblins.
Yeah.
I wasn't down there personally. A lot of us actually didn't make it out in time. But seems like there are a lot of them for sure.
So now you guys just chilling in here drinking beer every day or what?
Yeah, waiting for our saviors, if you will. Actually, we're really happy that Sons of Iron are here.
Oh, man. Well, we're happy to help.
Yeah, well, we're not much of a fighter village, if you will. Just honest miners that like to drink a lot.
Well,
But that goes to show that you don't have to be a miner to, not like a miner, but like a
Well,
miner.
you
You don't
can't.
have to be a miner to drink a lot. And look, he kind of gestures towards the guy with the hood and the giant crossbow on his back.
Good.
Yeah, that guy is something else.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's let go of his mug this whole time.
No, I mean that's just his mug. He always carries it around. I mean,
Yeah,
he's had
I
that.
get it. I got my own special pickaxe too, just the way I like it. There's just this really nice little nook, kind of like a crack right along the handle, and it like fits my my
Thumb.
thumb. I don't know, pin one of the fingers really well. Anyways,
Yeah.
It's a Hold reference. But, I think they're having trouble hearing you though. So, but
Well, at least we know there's no pressure. Like, if we go down in there and die, then good luck.
well,
if something tragic were to happen to us,
we've all heard a story of you guys. I'm sure this is no extreme danger involved. Hopefully, it's just some goblins, creatures of caves and such. It's like rats, right? They're just bigger,
pretty much.
greener.
They're like, I mean, they're almost not even a real creature, you know, just more like an animal, I think.
Yeah.
Don't totally understand higher level thinking all that much. Well, wisdom. I'm, I guess, smart, but I'm not wise. I don't know how that works.
You know, I thought.
Do we need to get rooms also, by the way?
Yes.
So, okay, as part of my my entertainer background, I think I can. I don't know if I can get free rooms for everyone, but I might be able to get like free rooms for myself if I perform in the evenings. They said earlier. That's what the
Okay.
free
You get free what?
Okay.
with the entertainer background.
All right. So you head up to the barkeep, also AKA tavern owner.
Yeah. Oh, me, Gadrin.
Yeah.
All right. I just go up to the guy and I just go, yeah, you know, I'll make a deal with you. I'll pay for a room and lodging, or lodging and board, and then I'll leave it up to you to see if I earn it at dinner time, and you take the fund off, or for I don't know.
So you're basically asking for free lodging, right?
Yeah, I'm just saying, hey, I'll give you the money now, but if I earn it back,
Okay.
yeah, I would like to do that.
Yeah. Then if you're already coughing up the money, then shouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah.
No need to roll for it. I would say, let's see. It'll probably be, how many of them there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 people. 7 doors. For your company. We'll say it'll probably cost about a silver each.
Okay.
Where are the keys at?
Wait, hold on. Make that. Are you doubling up at all?
Yeah.
I guess we could.
We could.
I mean, just gonna fit in the room. Like,
About 2. 3 if you put one on the ground.
okay. And are there like keys to the rooms?
Are you trying to?
Your foot.
Okay. Because, yeah, Flint just wants to use his, he just wants to use his like burglar skills to just like
no.
take a room.
I just like stealing something is one thing. Trying to spend a night in someone's house illegally is another.
Yeah, we'll say if you guys double up, you'll end up doing 4 rooms, with 1 room to whoever. It'll cost about, let's do 3 silvers apiece for each room. So 3 times 4, 12.
Who's I think, are we paying our own way here?
I'm assuming, according to your plan, you cough up 12 silver and then you'll earn it back.
Yeah, I said that for myself. But,
Sorry.
Hey.
No, I can do that. I can do that though.
Okay, have you seen Pirates of the Caribbean where Jack Sparrow pays to dock his boat at the dock. He like gives the guy the silver coin, and when he turns around, he just snatches the whole purse from him.
Because it was sitting on top of a little.
Yeah, I'll talk about like the register. So Flint's gonna try to do that.
Okay, so what are you trying to take?
There's well, where does the money? Where do the coins go?
Okay, so let me describe the situation before you actually put your hands on anything. So he's behind a bar. So he's behind a counter, and I would say there's a good chance that there's a lockbox right underneath the counter that he keeps the majority of his money, right? You see let's see, it'd be 12 pieces of silver on the table right now, and it's just kind of there, right? He stacked it neatly up there, as he's kind of making this talk with the guy.
Is this sitting on top of the bar?
The 12 silver, yes, it's sitting top.
Yeah. Okay. No, too hard.
What's our reputation?
I would
again?
say okay, but I will say there's probably alcohol near your vicinity that's also kind of further down the bar if you wanted to snag one. Your reputation, your most of you are kind of like local heroes of your own accord in different regions of Uxbridge. Everybody knows about the Sons of Iron, especially in the country of Uxbridge. They know about Barrett Stoneheart being, the youngest, one of the youngest leader to be a part of the Crystalline Assembly, especially his escapades of uniting a lot of the smaller clans. And most of you actually are from smaller clans where he's found your services to be helpful and above and beyond the general masses of dwarven kind. So that's kind of where you guys sit as far as with the general populace. Obviously, they only hear stories about you guys. And just the fact that you guys are working with Barrett, it kind of brings a sense of like, oh, this guy's something. Now the barkeep, while making a deal with you, is like,
yeah.
So I'm sorry, my good friend. My name is Malamimar, and what's yours?
Gadrin Ironblood.
Well, nice to meet you, Gadrin. And you actually didn't notice this before.
Yes.
As he kind of turns around, you see one of his sleeves of his shirt kind of flap in the air.
One of his what?
His sleeves of his long sleeve shirt. So he's wearing a long sleeve shirt, but it's one of them is it's like just flapping in the air.
I gotcha. One armed bandit. But I just no. Can I just ask? Noah did his investigation stuff, but can I ask the tavern keeper if he's heard anything about like what's going down in the mines, like what we kind of need to look out for? Kind of just like
He's during this time, as he's gonna reply to you, see him actually still working on cleaning glassware and stuff, and he's doing it pretty well with just one hand.
I'm gonna use prestidigitation and just clean all the glasses for him.
Wow.
So
so he can focus on what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
He is like taken aback. He's like, he's holding the glass and using his cloth, and he's like, "What? That's gliding really smoothly." And he kind of looks around and goes, and kind of eyes you.
Yeah.
And obviously you weren't doing a sleight of hand, so you kind of did your
Yeah.
whatever. And it's like, I appreciate that. Thank you. Sorry. What's your question again?
Yeah. I was just wondering, is there anything in particular where we need to look out for? We are told we're coming here to help with the goblins. Like, is it just goblins, or are there any hazards we need to be aware of going in there?
Yeah, it's from what I can tell, just the mining business is dangerous by itself, as you can tell, and he kind of does this little deal with his.
Yeah.
I lost this one in a mining accident. Rock seems to kind of fall from the ceiling occasionally, and tends to crush things, but and that usually only happens in the newer tunnels that we're digging. But for the most part, I believe some of our miners had hit a vein, as they often do, and once the wall broke, some of the goblins started pouring out. At first it seemed fine, but more and more came out, and some slightly bigger ones. And more and more of our guys started getting overrun. But we didn't have any other choice but then just to run.
Slightly bigger goblins.
So we've heard. We were unsure. They seem to be. Well, bear in mind, this is all second word. Whatever, how you ever say it. They were like, but they seem to be a little bit more intelligent than the smaller goblin types, if you will.
Yeah. That's good to know.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, hey, can I interest you in any of our specialty drinks we only make here at the Bejeweled?
Of course. What has he got? Something.
Yeah, so he goes,
Just not an IPA. Just not an IPA.
and I don't know if any of you guys have made yourself over to the bar as well, knowing that he's there to talk about. He brings out two glasses, right? One is it's like a black drink, and it's got little sparkles in it. We call this Star Liquid. You'll understand when you drink it. And then he pulls out another one, and it's like a mint green.
Flint's over there. He wants to kind of slowly but strongly push over, and he grabs the black one.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, I'd hate for something like this to strain your vocal cords. And he just grabs it and downs it.
Okay,
man. I'd hate for something like that to strain your mental capacity.
So do you take the mint green one?
I'll do that. Yeah. But I'll take that.
As he kind of interjects himself and drinks it, right? Flint, what you experience, your vision kind of goes blurry and a little dark. And what you experience is a wonderful journey through the stars.
Oh.
This guy's high.
And it's like it lasts 30 seconds to a minute. There's you just kind of flying through the stars, the space.
Do
also,
I
you're
notice?
vegan now. No.
Do I notice that he's like kind of out
Did
of
we
it?
see this?
Roll insight check. All right. And as you go, as you make your comment back towards
One.
Flint, I guess you don't. As you make your comment back towards Flint and you take the mint green drink, you start gulping it down, and it's like, that one's called Goblin Spit.
Oh.
And
know,
so you
could've made the
drink
name
it. It's whiskey.
Yeah.
It's and gin mixed with the barkeep's mints. It's actually kind of refreshing, given the name. But the name doesn't actually resemble the taste of the What it does do is it's a tavern tradition. And like some of the people have like noticed that you had taken the goblin spit, and they're kind of gathering around. They're like, it's because they know what you're supposed to do after you take a drink from goblin spit. You see next to you a long, like the crowd of dwarves that are there kind of split and kind of part ways, expectingly looking at you. And you're like drinking, and I'm assuming you're kind of like, what's going on here?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, obviously being the one new around here, not knowing Goblin Spit is, you drink that, and you spit as far as you can that way.
He does it. I'm assuming he's already drinking it, right?
So yeah, you drown it. Yeah,
So-
you're finishing it, and he's telling you about it. And
Yes.
right after you drink it, you're supposed to spit as far as you can. It's like the tradition to see who can spit the farthest.
Okay.
All right, roll a
explains it.
Constitution check.
Oh goodness. Yeah. See, it's not a save, is it?
No, just a check
Okay.
to see how much air you can gather in your lungs and how much force you can put behind the spit.
Let's see. I wonder if I can use. Can you use a bardic inspiration on yourself?
Only after like 12, I think, something like that.
Oh dang. Well, that is a 5. It's a cottonmouth thing. Kind of sticks. To,
Yeah, it you spit it out and it kind of brushes off of one of your mustache hair. It goes. Everybody's like expecting it to go super far, right? And they're kind of like they like look that way towards the left, and then they go like back to you and just realize it's like just a couple feet in front of you. Oh, some are a little disappointed, and they kind of wave their hands off and they go back to doing their own business.
Now, Mr. Barkeep, we have one for you too. Flint, you got something for him?
Wait.
Oh no.
It's like, what you got? I can handle it.
Well,
You're muted, Phil.
I guess we'll see.
So yeah, wait. He just Flint just like flicks the side of his goatee in a pepper. This one doesn't have any sparkles on it, but it's a pretty mean looking pepper. It's like fat and round. And he like flicks it in it goes and just flicks it over at Lysander.
Lysander, okay.
So he can like catch it and do something with it.
Okay.
I try to catch it. I
Alright,
try to
you
look
get it?
cool.
Oh, do you want to look
And-
cool?
Yeah.
Don't roll 1.
It goes in your mouth. It misses your hand.
I mean, I feel like it's fair. It's easy.
And then I hand him the pepper. Say, let's take a bite of this one. We call it Hot Mama.
Huh. I mean, heck. He was like, what is he supposed to feel?
I don't know. I'm guessing it's just really hot pepper, right?
You're muted,
Oh,
Phil.
he's muted.
So it's just a hot pepper?
No, it looks like a Carolina orange ones. It's all shriveled up, but it starts out like really sweet and it's just really pleasant, and then it just drops off the table into hell. Basically, it's just really hot, and then after a couple minutes, it just completely disappears. There's no trace of it.
All right, I'm gonna roll at Constitution saving throw then.
Oh gosh.
That's 11. You go. Wow, this is delightful.
Huh.
And he's like, he starts taking deeper and deeper breaths as he chews. He's like, he's looking around his bar. He's like, there's no water here.
He's sweating, right? Just
he's like grabbing his his armless sleeve and goes.
So, are there any more of the goblin spit around, or has he just had the one?
He brought those two drinks out, but I'm sure he can make more if you wanted some.
No, I was just gonna say if I was gonna push one over to him if he as he's choking or whatever he's doing.
Well, let's say there is. Okay. Actually, here I'm gonna roll. 10. Is that on the yes side or the no side? All right. 10 or above.
I don't know.
10 or above, yes.
Oh no, so it's okay. So it's just a mild one, but for people that don't you have to really like hot stuff for anything. 6 to 8 is normal person would eat and be like, ooh, that's hot. And not eat it again. And then 10 to 15 is you need to sit down for a while. You can't function normally for a while. And then 15 to 20, you get medical problems from. Yeah.
Well, earlier he did roll on his little Constitution saving throw. He rolled a 15. I mean, it's fire. He is burning. And you said how long it lasts?
3 minutes.
Well, he's gonna sit there and burn for 3 minutes.
It's the longest 3 minutes of his life.
Goodness.
Hey buddy, it's all right. It only lasts for a minute. It really doesn't last that long. It's almost over. And I just want to keep saying that as it keeps getting longer and longer. It's almost over.
Someone get this fool out of my face. And actually, kind of going back to Balder. It's okay, now we've done your drinking game. Would you honor us in participating in our drinking game?
What kind of drinking game we talking about?
I'm glad you asked. And he yells over, barmaid, let's get this fool jeweled up. And then the barmaid brings over takes a couple minutes, but brings over 6 beer mugs.
What the heck?
And they lay it down on their little circular table, in a half circle, right? Just half of the table. There's 6 of them there. He's like, choose your dance partner.
Man, I hope you know I just drank a whole lot of alcohol just a minute ago. I'm kind of full.
Choose your dance partner.
So I'm just supposed to choose a mug?
No, you choose. You choose a person that you're gonna play against.
I look around. Is Billy still on the ground?
Yeah, he's passed out.
I say,
I'll go if you
yeah,
want to choose me.
yeah, come with me.
All right.
Good.
The game's simple. You both take turns choosing one of the drinks. Until there's no drinks left. And don't worry. You'll know when you lose. All right, so I want you guys well, I have a D6 here. I'm gonna roll it. And that's gonna be that you'll never see, obviously. But you guys will just give me a number between 1 and 6. You can't choose the same number, and you guys will drink it, okay?
Can I? Can Gadrin give Noah's character? I'm sorry, what's the name of him again?
Lysander.
Lysander. Can you give Lysander just kind of whisper in his ear? Hey, I think the mug is magic. You're probably better. I don't know if he's using his friends.
They had to drink from the 6 mugs, right?
Yeah, so I mean, because of the whole thing that Balder was doing before, is like he specifically told Balder, "You have to drink from our mugs." All right,
3.
that's
4.
That's a 2. No.
6.
I know. It's like
Wait.
big 3.
All right, so you got 3. You got a 4.
Yeah.
So you both drink it. It tastes like alcohol. I like you guys both to roll Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Advantage.
Ooh. Natural 20.
Easy.
18.
Easy. No problem.
So
I should make your character do it with disadvantage.
So as soon as I chug it, I just pass out. I'm done.
Well, you rolled pretty well, so you're holding it. You're holding it together, okay?
I'm getting pretty full here.
All right. So you guys down to 3 and 4, no problem. 3 and 4, right? Yeah, 3 and 4, no problem. All right. Again, choose another.
I'm just like holding my belly.
6.
I want you to both roll a Constitution saving throw, and not at advantage, just regular.
17.
15.
You guys are holding it together. It's pretty amazing.
The puke.
Was this one like a little tougher?
All right, last one. So you have
We got left 2, right?
and 5.
2 and 4. 2 and 5, yeah.
Yeah.
2.
All right. So you go up and you reach for it. Noah, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Ooh, 15.
That's not
You're
bad.
fine. Balder, you don't have to roll.
Oh no, I'm done.
You put the beer up to your mouth. It's the smell and the taste is a little acrid.
No.
And as soon as it touches your lips and your tongue, and you kind of swash, you immediately spit it out. There are a few things in the world that you imagine it to taste a certain way and it exactly tastes that way. And that is piss.
It's unfortunate.
And everybody cheers and hollers and laughs as they immediately know who got the poor beer choice there.
I just stood up and I threw it, and I started, and I'm like just tumbling left and right, like I'm just drunk.
That said, Malamimar yells out to one of you guys and says, "Sons of Iron, you have provided such great entertainment tonight. The rooms are free of charge."
We like cheer, like. "Ah!"
And he hands out your 12 pieces of silver.
Nice.
Good thing we didn't try to steal anything.
Yeah. One of us could have died.
Let's see, Flint.
Mhm.
You get a tap on the shoulder. Even the crowd, it's just a light tap, and so you it's different from everybody else that's kind of bumping around, you know. If you look over, you see a dark bearded dwarf. He's got his he's wearing like kind of a turban over his head. It's like a head wrap, black. He seems, by all intents and purposes of describing a character, this guy looks pretty shady. He goes, "Hey, you're Flint, right?"
Yeah. Flint just nods.
He goes, you mind if you mind if I have a little chat with you over here at this corner of the room?" And it's still in the public. It's just a corner, like a little corner
Yeah.
table.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. So I go with them.
All right, so he kind of leads you to the corner table. He sits down. He's like, "Yeah, please have a seat." And I assume you sit down. He goes,
Yeah. I like put my great axe on top of the table, like acting like that's like super convenient, but it's heavy.
he goes, "Oh, sorry for the secretness of this, how I approached you. My name is Skitty, and obviously we all know about you. You're the great Flint. You know? Wisecrack. Funny on the field, even deadlier with an axe, or whatever, however they say it, right?" Did I tell you that my name's Skitty? Anyways, he kind of lowers his voice. He goes, I got a little proposition for you. If you're willing to hear me out, of course.
Yeah, I guess I'll hear you, Skitty. Now, if you waste my time, I'll have to have Gadget write a ditty.
Yeah, it's no big deal. It's just something along the way for you to do while you're, diving in. I can't. I'm getting caught up in your voice.
I know it's hard. It's very hard.
I just while you're going down there, I'd like to let you pick up something for me. I'd reward you handsomely, though.
Couldn't be much more handsome unless you got a hairpiece.
Boys. In this moment, this guy's like, maybe I contacted the wrong Sons of Iron. It's like he's already doubled down. He's got to keep going. He goes, well, I'm involved in a little shady business, if you will, and requires you to, on your way there or on your way back, to pick up a little something that I left there. It's not of the legal thing. It's something that us dwarves people need. It lightens the mood. Helps us get through the tough times, if you will.
Just like drink.
No, this is more of a white substance.
Well, if you're asking for people to transport stuff, you can look at my history, and if the cops are asking, Flint didn't do it.
Oh, Flint, I knew you were the right man when I saw you. Okay, so I'll be straight with you.
Well, ain't that just convenient? Because I don't roll down the other side of the mountain, I'll tell you what.
I can't handle this. Okay, sorry. He goes, you ever heard of Methrel?
Yeah, that's some little rings the hobbits make shirts out of.
Yeah, anyways, I got a little operation down on the path you're going to be taking. Whenever you hit a stream, I need you to follow it up it. That's where kind of the base of operation is. And I had to leave in a hurry because of the whole goblin thing, but I left a very specific package there. It's white. If you can bring it to me, let's say I'll give you half the profit what I would make from it. About 500 gold pieces. Whoa. Shh.
Well, let's see which way the stream turns, We'll see what's happening down there. Where can I find you afterwards?
You'll find me in this town, and it's not too big. We got a deal?
Maybe.
I like to shake on it with people I do deals with. And he kind of puts out a hand.
You ever made a deal with the barkeep?
Well, I like to keep this operation on the DL, if you will. Don't worry.
So, like, Flint's looking at the rest of the crew. So, what are they up to?
Drinking. I'm like celebrating a big
done.
victory.
Done for the night?
Yeah, I'm like almost passed out.
I don't know. Just playing something, something not as ruckus, but
Just keeping the
just
mood
got
lively.
figured. Yeah,
He's grooving.
just get grooving. Yeah, he's like slapping.
Drinking coffee house.
just It's like, and then so he just turns around. Let's see. It's like, now, Skitty, I'll tell it pretty. One time, right here, no diddy, nothing else. We're on business with Barrett, and he tends to cut off things that branch out too far one way to the other. So we'll be doing business here now. And I'll leave your business as your own. And he just goes back to the bar.
Wait, are you saying that you did accept it, or you didn't?
No, he's just saying, he's like, look, I can't go, like, Barrett's not going to let us do anything outside of the main quest because we're here with him.
Oh,
So
I see.
he's like, I'll let you
As
do
you're
your
like-
own thing, but
He's like, as
Well,
you're
I'm busy.
leaving, he like grabs your sleeve and he goes, now Barrett doesn't have to know about this, if you know what I mean.
and he just let's just flick him a pepper.
He like catches it and is not sure what to do with it.
You just flip him.
I don't know if that's like an insult or a.
Yeah.
Now, I will say you guys are all kind of perceptive people, right? And you didn't stay alive this long for just willy-nilly out there, right? So if you would like to make a perception check, you can kind of see what's going on.
I would.
Lysander is not perceptive.
I would, but I'm on the ground. Passed out.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll say Balder isn't.
Okay, I got 17.
Okay, you
Natural 1 for a 0.
all right? So
Oh, you rolled, man.
Gadrin, you have you're in the entertainment business, right? So you understand like these kind of shady things and what usually goes down, especially involving drugs, if you will. So you've heard bits and pieces enough to know what was going on, and you can read the body language that that Flint had. So you kind of felt like it was trustworthy. I mean, that, at least how Flint turned down the deal.
Yeah.
Now, whatever you choose to do is a whole different story.
Okay. Oh man. I might just go up to him and just wait. You said I heard it.
Yeah, you
Bits
heard
and
enough.
pieces?
You've seen enough, and you've heard just bits and pieces enough to kind of paint
To-
a general picture of what's going on.
To know it's a drug deal or whatever. Not to. Okay. I'm just gonna hold off for now. I'm gonna ask Flynn about it later. He's gonna ask, like during the night. He's gonna ask him about that.
All right.
Not. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. So as the night continues, you guys are fed some stuff. If you're still in the drinking mood, you drink some more, and you're also playing, just making a good time here. Eventually, you're able to. I mean, this went from midday all the way to evening, and then it just. Unless you wanted to do something else, that's pretty much you've been hanging out, just gathering information here and there about things that have happened, and generally you get like the same stories, right, about the whole goblin attack and everything. You do know that some goblins didn't make. Some dwarves didn't make it. Dwarf miners. So other than that, it's a pretty like straightforward, like goblins attacked, people got hurt, some people got killed, the whole general story, and then that you guys are here to take care of the problem.
Yeah.
So as the evening goes on, if anybody is looking to gather more information about the jewel, you can ask about that, or if you're asking anything you want, really. If there are some questions that you guys have now, just kind of general asking, it's great. Roll an investigation check and let me know the roll, and then ask me your question.
Yeah, I would like to ask a question. Or understand. Rolled a 16. And basically, I would like to understand how far away we are from Big Mountain. Like,
the jewel?
Yeah, were we able to see it when we came in? Are we like maybe a couple days away, or I don't know.
All right,
We're
so
on the right side of the girl.
so you guys took a gondola that leads to the girdle. The girdle is
Yeah.
just this giant ring of a mountain range that surrounds the jewel. It is the jewel itself is like, I would say probably in comparison is several Espas put together.
Wow.
It's huge. It like takes up a
Oh.
quarter of each of the country that has land inside the jewel. The 4 countries, it takes up like a quarter of each of those countries.
This is a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, it's like huge.
Is-
So the mountain range isn't just like a one mountain peak all the way around. It's like layers of it, and then, well, you'll find out. It's probably from some old dwarf
Yeah.
that tells you about that. So it's a ring of mountains, and then inside that ring is it's like a moat, a giant moat, filled with water. And then inside that is the lone mountain that you can see from, like, if you're within, like, I don't know, 100 miles of the jewel, you can see it in the distance, how it just peaks above the sky and almost, especially on a clear day. But it's huge. And where you guys are, you're kind of like gone in just probably about 10 or 15 miles into the inside of the girdle, where this Pfeiffer resides, and it will still take several days. weeks
Okay.
to
Okay.
the jewel.
Because we can't actually see it from where we are, because we're like in the mountain.
Can I don't know if this was just exactly what Noah asked, but can Gadrin kind of ask about some kind of like the mythology of the jewel, like why does it shine red type of thing, like
Let's see.
should know
Yeah,
that,
like
right?
just kind of general myths about the jewel. Sure.
Yeah.
Roll a investigation check for me.
okay. Oh, that's really good. 24.
24. That's really good. You, despite getting a 24, you get many different. A lot of it's just hearsay, and not every story is like the same. There's so much mystery around the jewel that everybody kind of has their own input, and but there's some similar. There's definitely a line of similarity, but from there it just goes all over the place.
Okay.
They talk about like one of the old miners talk about the moat surrounding the jewel, that it's just the biggest reason why people, I mean, if you're lucky enough to traverse through the girdle, it's just impossible to pass the moat, because of how vast it is. They talk about how it's constantly moving, despite it being a moat.
This is in a circle.
Yeah, it's like moving in a circle, pretty much. And they say the reason for that is that there is a giant sea serpent that swims underneath it in circles, moving the water in this like counterclockwise position. They talked about why they can't tunnel underneath the moat to get to the jewel, because the veins of the water go so deep that they're afraid to break into one of these water veins and just drowning them.
Makes sense.
And if you try to cross over it, not only the waves alone, but just the monsters that reside in it will kill you, and you can't. Obviously, the idea of trying to go over, like through the air, you risk the wires that kind of
Oh yeah.
take over the
Good
sky.
thing we have flying brooms,
No,
right?
I do think that would have been fun if we did that.
So the whole area is just a monster fest, right? There's just all
Yeah.
kinds of dangerous things at a monstrosity level. And the stories keep getting wild and wilder. Now, as far as specific stories about the jewel itself, it's unclear. Like I said, everybody kind of has their own sayings, but you're not able to get much out of that.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay. If nothing else, then we'll move the story forward, and we'll say that the midday
Taking
to
spirits along.
evening crowd disperse, and you see the barkeep Malamimar like cleaning up, fixing chairs, pushing back on. No, he's not pushing it back. He's flipping it over on top of the table where the legs are sticking up in the air, so that you can sweep the bottom and whatever. With one arm. He's very strong with that one arm though. It's like just jacked. But eventually, you guys, he's like getting things ready for closing up, and you guys are getting your stuff loaded into your rooms. Eventually, you find a little man pop through the door. His forehead barely touches the bottom of the double saloon doors. He pushes it anyways, and then walks in instead of ducking over it. And he wears a pair of spectacles. And he's like, "Oh, I am so glad that you guys are all here." And he like looks around to all of you. He goes, "Pardon my intrusion. My name is Jebedo Pebbleton."
Oh gosh.
Jebedo Pebbleton.
And what you see is it's his hair is kind of like all over the place. It's longish. It's just not something that is a priority for him to upkeep. He does have a pair of spectacles. His hair is like darkish. He's wearing almost like it's like a mix between an adventurer's coat with a hood and a lab coat, if you will. It's like in the cream color that has definitely some dark stains on it.
Yeah.
He goes, "Officially, I am a tinkerer and a geologist." And it's kind of interesting because this is the first non-dwarf one that you've seen here in Pfeiffer. Now this halfling says, "I like to make a proposition for you all. And that proposition is, I have this bag of jewels that I'm willing to part with as long as you take me with you on this journey."
Well, you see, Jepedo, or Mr. Pebbleton, sir.
Jebedo's fine, thank you.
Jevido, we would love to absolutely take you, but we're not exactly in charge of our merry little band, you see. So you might we can get you an audience, so to speak.
He looks at you, goes, "Oh, but you're Barrett Stoneheart. You have all the authority this countryside. I mean, with your chiseled jaw and your flowy blonde hair, who else could you be?"
Well,
A wannabe is
well,
what he could wanna be.
we often are confused, but my name is Lysander Au Arcos, and I'm merely
I apologize, Mr.
servant.
Lysander.
Yeah, merely a servant. But we'll see what the future has, if you know what I mean, huh?
Why do you want to come with us?
Well, ever since the whole goblin thing, it's been very difficult to do research around these parts. I have a fascination for the jewel and its surrounding lands, the girdle, if you will. And I've been here for a long time studying it. And when I heard that you guys were coming into this village to dive deeper into the girdle, I could not pass up the opportunity despite its dangers.
What are some of your talents?
Can I do an insight check real quick?
Yeah, roll an insight check.
A big part of our merry band, how we work, is each man must carry his own weight, so to speak.
Oh, yeah, I'll carry all my own bags for sure.
And if there were to be some sort of conflict,
I will.
I think
I'm very small. I will stay out of your way. You do what you need to do.
So
He
in the scale between liability and helpful in battle, where would you rate yourself?
At this point, after hearing this conversation, Melamamar comes over and says, "Oh, you obviously don't know who Pebbleton is." I almost. He goes, "This, my good sir, is the one who made the gondola that you traveled on."
I thought it was a gnome.
Often mistaken. I meant to say halfling before, but I kept having to change it for a reason that's undisclosed to all the party members present.
Well, you used to not know the fellow that made the gondola, and now you know.
The gondola.
And now you know.
Okay, so he goes, "This young scientist here, he made the gondola for the transport of our goods to Exprida, the better half of Exprida, if you will, to keep our little village alive."
Huh.
And Jebedo kind of chimes in, "Well, I mainly did it for my own sake. Obviously, I wanted to be able to encourage the financial stability of this town so that I may stay here and do my research."
So you're also selfish?
Yes, for the reason of studying the girdle and the jewel. Yes.
we all have to make a living. No need to be rude about it.
I mean, we just can't be babysitting you know.
We can for a bag of jewels. If it's up to
Yeah,
me, I say
Do you
you
remember,
take
the last person we brought with us? How his head rolled off into the darkness.
Well, it was hardly attached to begin with. But that's a different matter.
If you're trying to intimidate him, go ahead and do that, or you're trying to deceive
Like-
him.
Just like scare him. Like, does he really want to come with us? Intimidation. This is good. 2.
He goes, well, with big, very capable individuals as the Sons of Iron, I think my life is in good hands.
Yeah. I mean, we are pretty good. I mean, yeah. Huh.
Can we time out real quick?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Noah. I don't want to interrupt you, but okay, what is going on? Where is Barrett right now?
So
And
they're discussing with the village chief as far as what they need to do there. You assume that's what they're talking about, trying to get the details settled.
How much authority do we have within the group? Like, he's our leader, right?
Yeah.
But is it just acceptable for us to just take on someone? Because my character would just say, "Yeah, let's do it."
What about some crack?
What?
I will say
Just take on some crack.
I will say that taking on someone obviously means it's also a liability.
Yeah. But these are goblins. I mean,
yeah.
what's the worst they can
so
do?
the idea is that
Okay.
you guys know Barrett as to be an individual that kind of fights for the weak. He generally doesn't prefer to put anybody in danger, if you will.
Yeah.
Okay.
That said, I mean, that's the main reason why he's come this far outside to the edges of Uxbrida just to help out a small mining village. Now, as far as taking on side tasks or taking on new people, obviously with those kind of things, it seems like it's something that should be discussed with the leader of your group.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
I think we need to wait.
Yeah, I think we need to wait.
I think as a test, we might need to see. Us dwarves like to drink, so maybe as a show of faith, you can show us what you can put down.
Oh.
Don't listen to him.
It's not a good idea. Last time I touched any alcohol from this place, I was passed out in bed for 3 days.
Just one drink. Just one. I'll drink it with you.
I believe it was just
he
a
got
sip.
pissed. I think that was.
I believe it was that black, clearly liquid.
Was it amazing though?
I prefer to keep my feet on the ground, if you will.
Okay. Well, we'll let's wait until Barrett gets back.
Now, as you say this, you hear heavy footsteps outside, and then plummeting through is Barrett Stoneheart and Whitebeard Stoneheart. And you come in, it's like, well, it looks like we've missed all the fun.
Well,
Is Kevin still on the floor?
yeah.
I'm like, I have a massive hangover, and I'm just like,
You can't have.
I'm on the floor, holding onto a chair, trying to get up.
All right. Well,
See ya.
Man down.
Man down.
Where you from? Sorry.
A break?
Yeah, let's take a short break.
Well, I do have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, go ahead and take a short break, like 5 minutes. So, and then we'll,
Okay.
the plan is
Is
still to
Jordan
end
still
at
joining?
10 o'clock.
Alright.
I'll be right back.
Break.
Oh. Oh man. I've been drinking a lot of that emergency stuff.
COVID.
Yeah.
COVID. You have
Are
COVID.
you
is.
sick?
I mean, I just got drainage. No, did you know? Hannah
COVID.
tested positive.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was just joking because
No, like, yeah.
symptoms
So,
of COVID are like symptoms of
so she
cold.
tested positive, I think, yesterday.
But were you immunized?
Yeah, were you immunized?
Yeah,
Dude,
I was.
wait. Dude, go get some ivermectin. I wish I knew when I had COVID so I could have ivermectin.
I don't even know what doctors would prescribe that for me.
You can ask around. Some dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, literally just talk to him. But the problem is, it's not effective. According to the studies, basically the later you get it, the least, like,
it is.
the worse
Yeah.
it works. Yeah.
I mean, we're both like, we feel great right now. You know.
Monoclonal antibodies. That's what you really need. Talk to Joe Rogan. He'll hook you up.
Joe Rogan will hook me up, baby. I'm friends with good old Aaron Rodgers. He will hook me up with Joe Rogan.
He's getting canceled so hard.
Yeah,
dude,
he is.
Just
Everywhere you
bad.
see, like ESPN, they're like, nobody's trying to cancel you. I'm like, he's getting canceled.
Guy.
Okay. So Barrett shows up. You guys are all there. He sees little Jebdo. Pretty certain now that this is Barrett Stoneheart. Kind of offers him the same thing, right? I'm just kind of like narrating through this part. You don't want to see me like negotiate with myself.
Yeah, NPC to NPC.
So they talk a little bit. They kind of put it up for a vote.
Or how do we vote? Yes.
Let's see. How would Dorvins vote?
I think it's more of,
If you spit on the ground, it's a yes.
I thought it was more of whoever has the most yay or nay.
All right, so if you guys are okay with it, they agreed to bring Jebediah along, because learning more about the girdle, since he's been here, right? He'd be a good kind of person to.
I mean, if he was the one who made the gondola, like anything more that can help him out would help the community out. Like it's kind of
So
true.
Is Barrett's goal to get to the jewel?
No.
Like, do we know this? Do we know
that is not the goal?
Okay.
So
But like him as an individual, does he have like aspirations? Been with him for a while. Do you know what I mean?
So his personal goals, as you know it, is really just to serve the greater good of the country. To bring about, because Uxbrida is the weakest of the 4 countries that surround the jewel. And even among Uxbrida, the Stonehearts were just a minor clan that was able to gather other minor clans to create one of the 5, I believe one of them 5 clans that are involved in the crystalline assembly. So in a sense that he's basically come from really humble beginnings and taking the small guy on his back, right? Now, as far as I believe in every Dwarven, as far as within the 4 countries that surround the jewel, every dwarf wants to set foot on the jewel. That's just kind of like the general understanding, right? If you're a dwarf of these parts, then you want the jewel. He wants. Everybody's curious about it. Yes, he wants to be there, but he wouldn't sacrifice anybody to get there.
Okay.
Okay. So with that said, the the idea of the small bag of jewels just to be an escort for Jebedo was accepted. Let's see. Barrett will inform the group of the plan, talking to every one of you. He says, the village chief has informed us if we take the large cave, that the entrance at the base of this overhang, it will lead into further into the girdle. We will then follow the most recently excavated path that leads in, and supposedly the trip will take about a day and a half to reach the location of when the incident happened. It will be there that we try to clear out any nests of these goblins.
Okay.
Like I said, it's simple, but it needs to be done. Pretty much mining operations here have completely halted because of this. So, any questions? Good.
We need to get any supplies before we go down.
Actually, the village chief has we'll be packing our lunches tomorrow morning.
Nice. Okay, real quick. What do we know about goblins? Like, is it like, are they like just, do they like mate in pairs, or it's like, I get the goal is to kill all of them.
Why is that the first question?
No, it's one of those things. Like, can we like kill the queen, or like what is involved in a goblin nest? Make sure they don't come back to thinking.
As you know, that goblins are fairly weak things to dispose of for any adventure, if you will, like within small numbers. The bigger they are, the more dangerous. The more numbers they are, the more dangerous they are. But in groups like that, to keep from having internal turmoil, they have to have a leader of sorts.
Okay.
Now, as far as the procreation of goblins, I don't know.
mean,
not even as a DM, I know.
Yeah, I was just, I didn't know if it was one of the solutions where you kill the queen.
Oh, I see.
Or like,
the hive mind.
Or maybe it's like they're all females except for one. They're like, as in like Rain of Fire.
What if our original characters, the Four Horsemen, figured out how to communicate telepathically with these dwarves, and they sent this band of dwarves years ahead of time to go to the goblins' main planet, and they're waiting for a younger character to grow up and be able to guide the warring party telepathically so that they can destroy the homeland of the goblins.
Yeah.
And then you find out that the queen's actually okay, and they weren't trying to invade the mine.
Yeah, and they call this telepathic ability the Ansible.
It's really all just one creature.
But in order to have this, they have to do a series of evolutionary fight to see who is the best to be a telepathic communicator. At the lack of additional questioning, Barrett informs the group that we need to go ahead and just take rest, and then we'll ship out first thing in the morning.
I do want to stop by and ask Flint the Gadget also stopped by and asked Flint what was going on. What was that one guy offering?
All right, now I want you guys to experience talking to Flint.
I mean, you make an accent, so it's. But anyway,
Here's the thing:
he
if
just,
if you go anywhere towards like a southern accent, you automatically get drawn into
Oh,
his hillbilly
so hard.
accent. It's
So hard.
It's hard.
didn't have to do that then.
I'm not even trying to do a southern accent.
So, Flint, I saw what was going on between you and that one guy. Just wondering if I could, just you're trying to shake hands, didn't shake hands. It was really confusing. But I was wondering what was going on there.
Oh, he's just a former business competitor of my father's. Seems to be wanting to restrike up a family business. I don't currently have any interest in that.
Can I wait? Is it okay to just assume that family business is just drug dealing, or do I need to roll inside check?
No, it's in. So part of Flint's story on the page is that like his dad was like got into some crazy magic and was doing all kinds of things with that
magic.
Yeah. Which some of that is known to be that he was just making like mind altering substances, and so that's what got kicked him out of the clan.
Well, I mean, what? So you didn't want to be involved in it, but I mean, did you had a little bit more of a conversation? Did you just? What happened? Like, give me details, man.
Chew on this here. And he flicks some pepper.
He does. Over the shoulder.
Yeah. And he does like a Zoolander turn and throws his goatee over one shoulder, like over the opposite shoulder, and it does that thing like when you like throw a chain in a pole where it just like whips itself around faster and faster, and it like cracks at the end.
Yeah.
He's got like this 10-foot long goatee, so he just like turns and throws it over his shoulder and just like whips around his torso. And then walks off towards the rooms.
All right. So he just walks off. All right.
Okay.
That's fair. That's.
So with that, you guys start heading to your own rooms. Barrett is willing to share a room or take his own room with his uncle, of course, not with any of you guys.
I think there's.
Let's just leave Morgren. Morgren can just deal with himself, and we'll just share a room.
All right, so Morgan is like, he's probably gonna go meditate in the room or something, read a book.
Yeah,
nerd.
So the night goes without any issues. You're sleeping within the comfort of a tavern, and you wake up to breakfast, coffee. If you drink that, just like earthy coffee, right?
Would you say it's ground coffee?
Yeah.
It's not. I didn't say it. Flint said it.
Yeah, I wish you would say it in Flint's voice.
He's still.
Um, so with that, you guys get the rest of your day fine. I mean, guess through the rest of the morning with full bellies, and you head out, and you see that some provisions have been made for you guys. The village chief, well, the village chief's told Barrett, and you guys overhear it, that he's packed enough provision for a week's journey. So,
Is this like packed on a horse, or do we gotta carry it?
oh, carry it. It's like big backpacking things.
Mm,
We're
dwarves.
Yeah, you're dwarves. So, it's got like a bedroll on top and everything. So it's everything's kind of given to you, whatever you need. Shovels, picks also kind of hang off the bag. You know your standard. Is there a miners or I guess you guys can. Some of you have explorers pack and some of you have miners pack or whatever. Is there a miners pack?
It's a dungeon. There's a dungeoneers pack,
Yeah.
which includes like pythons and stuff like that.
Okay. So I'm assuming that you guys already have that on your character sheets.
Yeah.
So
I have a dungeoneers pack.
So we'll say this whole process is to get you that, okay?
Well, I've got Flint's got a burglar's pack and thieves' tools.
Perfect.
Nice.
All right, so you guys start heading into the cave system, and it's actually fairly well lit initially. For the parts that are more well worn, it has been carved out into larger areas to traverse. But you follow the direction that the village chief gives you. Now, the people that are going on this trip are all of you, including Barrett, Whitebeard, and Jebediah. Barrett's kind of the one that's leading at this point, with you guys kind of surrounding Whites of how far they've dug up, leaving specific pillars in place so that the roof is held up. And even though a lot of places have been mined, you would assume that it would be picked clean, but from stories, you know that the girdle is full of it's just rich with metals and minerals, for what it is. And you can only imagine from how rich the girdle is to how even more amazing the jewel would be, right? So, but you still see still pockets of crystals and different things that are kind of sticking out from the walls and stuff as you're traveling through these areas. And some of the crystal would reflect lights in different patterns against the wall surfaces and stuff. But eventually, your path does narrow more and more and more until you guys are basically met with like a 10 by 10 kind of thing going down this tunnel. I would say it's pretty uneventful for the first day. It's all it's a very commonly traversed area. You see paths that divvy from left and right, like narrow paths where they may have begun digging. But eventually, the path does get more and more raw, if you will. And you will eventually find the location of the first campsite that you will stay for the first night. There, you see, well, Flint would know this, but you do see the stream that runs through this campsite. And then the stream will also follow down the path you eventually will take the next day. Barrett and mostly Whitebeard is like instructing everybody on setting up camp. Like, you need to put up a tent there, start a fire there. He's just doing direction. He's not doing any of the work. He's kind of having a good time with it too. And Barrett kind of just lets him do it. Meanwhile, you see Jeblo kind of off to the side, like picking at different things on the floor, just to see if he's seeing anything different.
Has Jebido been like pretty talkative? You don't have to like say exactly
Yeah,
what
I
he
would
said,
say
but like
he's
has he
been-
been?
He's a very polite individual, and yes, he's been talkative. If you had any questions about the tunnels or the rocks or whatever, he usually been pretty informative.
Okay, so we could ask him in the future, or
Yeah, as a
If we had
source of
questions.
information,
Okay.
for sure. So yeah, the stream isn't like huge. I'd say probably a few feet across, and it's just a flowing water. It comes in and goes out.
Can I go hunt for an animal?
underneath the ground.
Like a mole. Roll a survival check.
An animal? Not a mole.
Right, you're not gonna find.
Oh,
any
okay, I thought you
animals.
said a mole. I was like, no, I'm not hunting
Yeah,
a
like
mole.
a mole rat.
No, an animal.
An animal, right?
Yeah, what animal do you think you're gonna find in the mine?
Hey,
That's what I was saying. You're
I
gonna
don't
find
know,
maybe
maybe
a
a
mole
lost-
rat or something.
You said roll what?
Survival check.
Survival check.
Wait, before he does that, I'm just gonna do. I took Rory's telepathic bond, and I'm gonna cast that ritually while he's preparing to leave the hunt.
Okay.
I
And
do have
basically-
a wanderer. Like my background's Outlander.
That's Kevin's
So-
background always.
It always is Outlander.
Okay.
It's such a good one. I mean,
Yeah.
but for an hour, 8 people can communicate telepathically no matter where they are on the planet. So
Whoa.
just
Okay.
Planet?
it's like the 5th level. It's like a 5th level spell, but I'm casting it ritually
Okay.
before he heads out.
Word.
Wow.
Roll
Pretty sweet.
12 plus 7.
And I have to remember that as a DM.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
All right, 12 plus 7.
19.
It's pretty sparse as far as anything alive goes. You might find a rat or two. If that's what you want, you can definitely hunt it.
Just trying to find some, other food source.
Oh, I mean, you have plenty of food.
Oh.
You have a day. You have a week's worth of food. In fact, it's not just like.
But
I mean, there's dried meats, there's fruits, and whatever.
Okay, well. Yeah. Okay.
It's up to you. If you want to, like a hot rat, sure, go for it.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
no.
Just as a reminder for Flint, this is the exact stream that Skitty was talking about.
Oh,
Let's see.
I don't know about the stream because he didn't tell it, right?
Yeah, he did
Okay.
tell you about the stream.
Also, just for Noah, was he talking about like drugs or mithril?
It's a drug called methril.
Okay.
Yeah. No.
I was confused. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually, doors snort mithril.
Yeah, I
So-
was like, well, I mean, it's valuable.
No, mithril itself is like incredibly rare.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh man. think it's just.
But that is an uncommon item, technically.
So, so I happen to have a quill in my hat that writes 5 pages of notes. So Flint has the magic quill write down like the location of the street, like where it's at in relation to when they started going down.
Okay. So you're just taking note of your surroundings, or what?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If there's anything you guys want to do or ask any questions, just read the time. Otherwise, Whitebeard has something to say to you guys.
Okay, I don't have anything.
Oh, I'll ask Jebido.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Jebido, is there a good place for mining gold around here?
Funny you asked. This isn't the tunnel to mine gold, but some tunnels back there were a couple of ones that we found, a couple of veins of gold that were located.
But so is this area, the closer you get to the jewel, the better for mining gold?
You know, that's a tough question to answer, only because there's something about this land that, for some reason or another, we're finding all kinds of different metals and minerals and jewels and like all sparse and mixed up together, even only in the girdle itself. And it's, you know, when you find veins, it's usually just one type. But here, you can find anything. It's always been a fascination for me. Why do you ask, sir?
Well, my family once was a gold mining family, and we've since fallen from our lofty heights due to mismanagement and other things by my grandfather, of all people. But maybe someday we can find a new area, new land, bring back the family honor.
Well, if you're not opposed to finding other things besides gold, the girdle is always welcoming.
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of like the family thing, you know.
I understand.
Yeah.
You know what you know, and you want to do what you know well.
We were really good at it. Well, the clan was really good at it. I can't really mind.
Okay.
I'm more of just a fighter kind of person.
Well, you need those too.
But maybe I can learn leadership, you know, and lead the family here. Or wherever gold is. I don't know. I haven't figured that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just, John, I realize we're in a cave, but I would just like to ask real quick: is there any type of like plants
in the cave? Most you can find, especially near the stream, are moss.
Is there like any like roots, I guess, of trees passing, or like
trees?
I get I like. Is there like roots like?
Oh, I see. Roll a perception check.
I'm just asking because I took a plant growth spell because I'm an idiot, and I just.
No, I mean no. You could use it. You are aware of pockets of underground forests, if you will.
You said what check did you say?
A perception check, just to see the immediate area.
13.
Using knowledge of where water is, there's bound to be some kind of plant life. Though in this area you do not see any. I think it's mostly because it's a common area that's used for the 1 day of travel before going further in.
Okay.
So it's everything that's useful. I mean, pretty much everything's been picked clean, you know.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. With that, if you guys have nothing else, if Flint doesn't want to do anything, no, I'm just kidding.
Tempted.
Okay, let's see.
About 10 pages. So this is supposed to happen.
No.
Good.
Actually, it's actually, it works out. Well, you'll figure it out soon enough. Before the night's over, Whitebeard, I mean, you guys kind of you've set up camp, you got your things going, you've heated up some food and some hot liquid or whatever before your evening's rest. Whitebeard decides to gather everybody around the campfire and just wanted to talk with you guys, if you will. He shares a story before the evening's rest, and the story that he shares, he says, well, you mind if I tell you youngins about how the jewel came to be? This is kind of stuff that you were looking for earlier, John.
Yeah. Yes.
Before he starts, I look at Baldar and like, does he have any beer or alcohol?
Oh, I'm drinking it as soon as I hear. Let's hear a story.
Can I get like a little cup and like hold it out? Maybe he'll want to partake.
I'm like, don't you have your own? You're a dwarf. Every dwarf should have their own beer, their own ale.
I think I left it in the tavern.
Okay, so I pull out my kind of the water skin and I pour some into his cup and put it back on my hip.
I think it's beer until I drink it, and I'm like, huh.
Just thought it was like vodka or something.
Yeah.
It's strong. I mean, even in his water. Oh no, it's just water, right? In your water skin.
No, it's ale.
Oh,
It's my water skin.
oh, dude, nice.
No, it's just water.
I give him like a nice, nice,
Shh, I just like.
Goodness.
All right. So he goes, so this is how the jewel came to be. Though the name of the gods have been forgotten, we will simply call them Sky and Earth. Sky was enamored by Earth, and thus he provided the Earth with many gifts. He warmed her when she felt cold, and cooled her when she felt hot. With wind he pushed away anything that blemished her, and with rain he cleansed her. The earth was equally fond of him, bearing him children of varying kinds. She gave him children of flowers and children of trees, children of rivers and seas. Earth bore all these children for Sky. This love ever lasted. However, their love is not without faults. In times of anger, Sky brought forth his fury of lightning and thunder, and winds that laid a path of destruction. With a cold heart, he threw stones at Earth without remorse. However, Earth was resilient and strong and stood firm in the face of Sky's rage. The same cannot be said about the children of Sky and Earth. Ultimately, children are always the victim of their parents' altercation. So many of their children perished in the face of Sky's wrath. And this brought to Earth a great grief. With the loss of her children, she was lonely. One day, while Sky was away, stars came to greet the lonely Earth. He found Earth to be so beautiful that he showered Earth with precious gifts that even Sky could not give. Star did this many times when Sky wasn't looking. He eventually came to love Earth and gave her an incredible diamond. With that, she bore Stars a child. This child is Mountain. Mountain was their beloved jewel. And Earth raised him up to be strong like her, and higher she raised him, so that one day he will surpass even Sky. Sky was angered by this, and he brought forth the great wind. Seeing this, Earth sought to protect her jewel, and created a barrier to shield the mountain. Mountain was unmovable. So the winds had no effect. Sky that tried to drown him and brought forth a rain that lasted for a century. But Earth opened up her arms to let the water flow deep into her valleys. So Mountain was able to keep his head above the water. And this is how the jewel came to be. Now, the Sky became even more furious. And the next thing he did was... Now at this time, Barrett interrupts. Uncle, let us continue the story for another night. The Sons of Iron will need his rest for the coming day. He goes, all right. We'll end our story there for tonight, and we'll pick it up another day. And with that, we will end our session number 63.
63.
Does everybody go to sleep?
What?
Does everybody go to sleep?
Eventually.
Lysander is like already falling asleep, you know, when like a young kid is listening to
What was that?
Sorry, I typed the entire story, and then I accidentally deleted, and then I accidentally clicked wood wrap, and now I can't undo my delete. So the story's gone now.
I mean, I could send it to you guys if you want it.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
I think.
Now I can
Okay,
just
can you just put it on the Google Doc?
Yeah, I can put it
Oh
on
yeah,
the
you can just put it on it. I think Gadrin as a bard would be very interested in it because it's just, story. It's in, I don't know.
Yeah. How far are we from the creek? Or the little underground river?
Oh, sorry, what?
How far did we go past the creek?
You're still at the creek.
We're still at the creek.
Oh,
So you're basically camped immediately when the creek is visible is where the first campsite was placed. Obviously for the running water that's there. But then the creek follows the path that you'll take the next day. So, anyhow, that is our heavy RP session for the very first session.
Goodness.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna go just really badly.
it could have been a
at the
heavy
first-
fight situation if it went the way someone wanted to go.
Yeah,
We were just gonna have a little tavern brawl.
Yeah,
with the poor miner folk.
I know. Who looks up to us in great awe when we first came in?
It's just a good old-fashioned tavern brawl. What's the harm?
Yeah,
Um,
legacy holler, man.
so the premise of that story, I borrowed the idea, not the exact story from
The thief.
the thief, where he talks about
I was like,
he
yeah.
gives sky and earth as the main god and goddess.
Mhm.
Oh, I thought I
Yeah.
heard that from some. Okay, that makes sense. Now.
What, the Queen's Thief?
Okay.
Yeah, the queen's thief. But they don't talk about, so I mean, aside from just the embodiment, the personification of sky and earth, they don't give this story.
Yeah. Well, and I think in that one, the suns are the rivers and lakes
Yeah.
and seas,
Mhm.
and then the sky god starts looking at the lakes because he's like, "Oh, dude, look at me! I look so good." And then the earth makes trees to grow over them, and so he gets mad and like,
Yeah, I had to make this one fit how the jewel came to be.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking up. I was trying to figure out and to look up the like lore for that, but I couldn't find it.
No, I'm sure it's out there. So,
That's
anyways,
cool.
That's cool. I recognized
you,
it, but I
John.
like wasn't sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
Y'all should grow out your dwarf beards for the next session.
No, I don't have to.
I don't. Know
It's gonna take me a lifetime.
That's true. I am not allowed to, so that's my excuse. But
A mustache.
I can't go that. Phil.